Right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the shop and happy Sunday. Whatever time zone it is for you, hope you're having a great morning, evening, or whatever it is. Oh, it's good to see you all already in here. Oh, man. I love this. Every week it's a blast to be able to catch up with you guys, have a conversation, have a cup of tea, coffee, or something of another variety, you know what I mean? And look who it is, cop. Get over here, buddy. Come on. He knows the program now. He's like, oh yeah, we get to go say hi to everybody. Oh, look at him. Look at him. Such a good boy. Out of his cone now. He's looking good. Hello, everyone. Oh, Samuel, Ghost Girl. Thank you for being here. It's lovely to have you all here. Hey, Timmy. How are we doing? It's Mr. Copper Dog. He's a good boy. It's chilly today, and it feels good. Well, chilly meaning like not summer. We're finally in the burrs, you know. We're in September finally. You know, hence the pour me another cup. You know, we're finally getting closer to spooky season, which is my favorite. Jerry, how are we doing, partner? Oh, what do we want to talk about today? Just got to wrap things up with the tea timers. Always a good time. We're going to go after the Ender Dragon on our Minecraft server. Probably right after this, so I'm really looking forward to it. But there's something about centrifugal energy, you know, gyroscopic energy, you know, to stabilize something just fascinates me. And I've just been, I don't know, just on a bit of a tear with it, you know? I just really have been obsessed. It's been pretty cool. You know, you always got like something kind of digested in the back of your mind, you know what I mean? Oh, Apex, we missed you, buddy. But hey, how did the date go? If you don't mind me asking. Ooh. Had to stop in rage. I'm glad you did. You're lifting at the gym? Go get it. Maybe we'll give you some like pep talk. Just hit 100. What, temperature? 100 degrees? Oh, 100 degrees is not fun. Yeah, just centrifugal energy. It's the weirdest thing. It's the coolest thing. It's a battery, right? I'm loading it up with energy and I'm storing it. And then if I were to hold on to this, it transfers it all back into my hands. The coolest stuff. Oh, Sammy, just another account. Gotcha. The date went very well. She actually wants to see me again, which is a first. Oh, Apex. I'm not surprised by that whatsoever. You're an awesome guy. Oh, that makes me so happy, brother. Oh, Apex is one of the patrons. So we're close, man. We hang out, we talk. I'm super stoked for you, partner. Yeah, Apex. Oh, I hope you're all having a tremendous day. I just had an idea. But it might be dangerous. That's not that dangerous. You know, how much power do you think we could put into this thing? It's a cheapo, like, I don't know, silly, danger's good, right? What did I say? You know, you're not having fun if you're not in a little bit of danger. I just had kind of a funny idea. Hit the compressed air. You know where I'm going with this. Power to, how fast do you think we can get this thing ripping? So this is a cheapo. I bought a bunch of them. But they're just like little cheapos because I have some ideas and how to stabilize something of like grandeur with like severe weights. Like imagine if you will, like, you know, this thing just ripping. And then, you know, like have it like on the end of something and you're able to set this thing down and it would just stay there like a top. But if it was like 6 feet tall, right? Yeah, first of all, we need oil. Are we gonna do this? No, I can't. I don't wanna give you guys any ideas, but it's a cheapo. It doesn't have bearings in it. It's just got like it's pretty much just like a bushing. And it doesn't go for very long. But I kind of want to test to see how fast we can get this thing cooking. Get the turbo. Okay, wait. Let me grab some oil. Let me grab a couple things. Let's do this. Need that. All right. We need a bit of oil. We got that. That's handy. Okay. Let's do this thing. All right. I gotta plug this in. I gotta get power. Unplug the torture test for a second. Oh yeah, and then I'm testing something back there that you'll get to see sometime, actually very soon. Let's see here. But first, tea. Yeah, all right. So, I don't have an air hose set up, but I got myself a little Dremel that'll spin at, pretty good RPMs. Why am I everything fogging up on me? There we go. Okay, let's see. Well, first of all, we always have to have the safety squints on there, right? Let's get some oil on there. Oh, there we go. This is cutting oil, but it'll be slick. All right, here we go. Oh, that's looking pretty good. All right, everyone stand back. All right, here we go. All right, hold on to your butts. Okay, so all right, let's think about the plan of action here. So I think I'm gonna start it way out here, almost, like a gear ratio, start it way out here, and then I'll work my way into this inner hub to get it to, to real high rate of speed. Okay, let's start her off slow. I had no intention of doing this, but there's no going back now. It's too much fun. All right, here we go. Oh boy. Woo! Oh yeah, she's hauling. Slippery with oil. Oh man. That's fun. Ooh, and it gives a nice little polish on that gold. Woohoo! Look at that. It's like a two-parter. Let's see. Let's get you guys a little bit closer here. We're having fun now. Not as quick as I was expecting. I was expecting this thing to start flying apart on me. Here we go. Oh, yeah. See, isn't that just terrific? It doesn't have good bearings, so it doesn't last very long. There's a lot of friction, a lot of wasted energy here. But isn't that just terrific how it can just stabilize? I love it so much. And if I try to change the rotation, it's hard, this thing is cooking. But that's something I cannot wait to harness in some cool sculpture or a neat piece of work. Just fascinating stuff. Let's get you back here. Baby, come back. There we are. Yeah, but I want to do this at an absolutely terrifying scale, you know what I mean? Something that'll make us all just kind of stand back a little bit, you know what I mean? A carousel. Where can I buy that? Oh, this was on Amazon. They were for less than $10 a piece. I bought a bunch of them. So I can well, how cool would it be? What's gonna happen? A physicist will tell you, but what happens if I weld two side by side and then I get the drawstring and I make them go in opposite directions? Do they cancel each other out? I don't know, but I wanna know. You know what I mean? I wanna know. What happens if I stack a bunch up, weld a bunch up in tandem, right, vertically, and get them all cooking? Will it become unstable? Will it become super stable? I have no idea, but I want to find out. Don't get me too riled up about this. Okay, I'm trying to keep it cool. I'm trying to save my energy for the Ender Dragon tonight. You know what I mean? With the patrons. That was a fun little, I want to get it going faster. I feel like we can get more speed out of it. You know what I mean? How can we get this thing cooking quicker? I mean, I got a bigger Dremel tool, like a die grinder that spins at like ridiculous RPMs, like 30,000 or something like that. What is this? What does this little guy spin at? This is just a cheapo. Probably doesn't say. Nah, it doesn't say. They have no idea. It's okay. But maybe I'll do a maxed out on that. Anyways, before I get totally sidetracked on centrifugal energy, let's bring it back home. Put it on a lathe. Oh, see, that's why I can't wait to build up, actually have a lathe in the shop so I can really want a power tool. Ooh, that's fun. That's a fun idea. But yeah, I can't wait to get a lathe going here in the shop so that like I can bake perfect things that are perfectly balanced. Oh man, because like, gotta make sure there's no spiders in this thing. So this is a 4-inch plate that I made a funny little swedge block out of. And imagine imagine the energy you can get out of something like this. I've never seen something spin at, 20, 30,000 RPMs that hit, like probably a 40-pound, 45, 50-pound piece. But I want to see it. Like there's something about the pucker factor, right? That is just so much fun. Where something is so ridiculous. You just got to like stand back a little bit and marvel at it, Sorry, I'm missing comments, my goodness. Ever seen a gyro ball? Oh, grips, yes, like climbers would do that, right? I should get one. And just sit there. Hook it up to the drive shaft of a car or truck. Oh, see, imagine, I never got into Beyblades. I was a little bit, try a two-horse motor. Yeah, that'll do it. Several pulleys. Ooh, and do like an overdrive. See, now, you guys are kindred. You guys are of my heart. I appreciate you all. Troy, thanks for stopping in. Hey, we're doing great. We're hanging out. We're doing gyroscope stuff. It's a lot of fun. Anyways, but yeah, I never got into Beyblades because that was not my generation. But imagine like, 800-pound, 1,000-pound Beyblades. You know what I mean? Can you see it? Pretty much like what's that? Battle bots. You know what I mean? Get those things, build a course, and they would spin for forever until they, defeated one another. That would be the coolest thing. Why aren't we doing that? We should start it. Why don't we start that? This thing, it's called a gyroscope. Look into the gyroscope. Very mesmerizing. Junkyard Wars was the best. I grew up watching that show. I always thought, because that was back when I was like really into welding. And I always thought going on Junkyard Wars like with my uncle. He's no longer with us, but my uncle Billy, he would have been perfect at it. That guy can make anything run. He was one of those guys. But I would love to just Mad Max something out. Spikes, put balls in chains. You got it, Jackson. You can see it exactly. Make it just these terrifying, just death machines, and then pin them against each other and see what happens. Then Mythbusters. Oh yeah, no, this is the dynasty of cool stuff. Timmy, quit that. You don't need to be doing that. Well, hey, you know what? For your kindness and generosity, I'll go pick you a flower. I'll be right back. We don't usually do that on this channel, but we're gonna do it today. I'll be right back. Okay. Oh, okay. So, this is kind of rare, but my favorite rose bush produced a rose, and all of this heat. Oh, but this is for you, buddy. Look at that. Oh, it's my favorite rose bush. And there you go. It didn't have much of a stem on it, so it's a shorty today. But yeah, there you go. There you go, partner. I appreciate your generosity. There you go. No, the inspiration. Oh, the inspiration. Hey, that makes me so happy. If someone can come here and leave a little bit more inspired, with a little bit more gumption, a little bit more, a little bit more steam. Hey, I'm here for it. That's wonderful. Go. And that's the thing. So like we just got done with tea time. Every Sunday morning we get together and we have a cup of tea together and we talk. And it's amazing, like what a good conversation, especially an insightful one, can do, for your overall mood, your overall energy. Some people get charged up, some people get really sapped from it. But if it's a very meaningful conversation, tell you what, it's invigorating and it helps you challenge your perceptions. It's so often we don't challenge our perceptions enough, And even if I don't know, if you're watching this years from now, from being live, it would make me so happy to find out that just one person could get just a little bit of juice out of it. You know what I mean? Like think about like in your life, a person or a group that give you that little inertia. Do any of you have that? If you do, count your blessings because it's a gift. Can somebody tell me what platform that tea time is on? Yeah, Timmy, absolutely. It's on my Patreon. You find it in my link tree, in all of my description stuff. You'll find it. It's a great time. We'd love to have you. It's a blast. It's kooky. It's chaotic. It's creative. There's some really creative people in there. I mean, everyone's creative in their own right. It's just, have you had the opportunity to really act on it yet? You know what I mean? You guys are gonna get all inspired. God, it's so beautiful today. It's all overcast. Oh, makes me happy. Like, I think I could be very happy in like Washington, I love it here. I absolutely love it here, but I'm happiest when it's like Washington weather. Oh, you get inspiration. Oh, that means so much to me. You're a novice smith. That's incredible. But I want to make big ornamental stuff in the future. Jackson, that's incredible. Join the Discord. It's completely free. Just come hang out and we talk shop a lot of the times. We're able to share, especially the creative process. Oh, Casey, thank you so much. I think it's very important to be able to share. I don't know what it is. Like, it feels like we've never been more connected, thanks to this miraculous piece of technology I'm reaching you through. But even though we're so connected, you can also feel very alone at the same time. It's weird. I'm not the guy that's going to be able to figure it out. I don't have the answers. I just can kind of tell, right? You can just kind of feel it. So being able to reach out to discuss, your creative process, or honestly, anything you're going through, just being able to like reach out to people, having community is a pretty spectacular thing in this day and age. Using this technology to be able to reach out to each other and connect, proper connect, It's important. We're social creatures. Oh, Don, that means the world to me. You started blacksmithing about 7 years ago. Wow, proper veteran. And it's really cool seeing everything you create done. I can't thank you enough. That means the world to me. Thank you. I hear a lot of good. Oh, about Discord, right. Yeah, Discord can be so chaotic. Yeah, it's a lot to keep up with. I hated it at first. Yeah, it's really about the community that it's this space. It's very positive, very welcoming. It's a cool spot to be. And it's so funny too, because now in retrospect, looking back on the community that we've created together, that is something can never be fabricated. It's something like yeast. It just happens. You give it the right circumstances, You put the right ingredients together, and then you have beer, bread, or wine. You know, all of a sudden you have this magic that just kind of blossoms from it. I started in the traditional ornamental and structural blacksmithing in 2016. Oh, awesome. Ooh, the fantasies nerd in me led to blacksmithing. Oh, that's so cool. But you've made me want to get back into the roots. Yes. So that's a very interesting thought. So yeah, there's the traditional ornamental ironwork where, you know, it's the expected, you know, it's the traditional. But what's cool is, oh, and it's also just Max Randolph Studios. Everything is all just Max Randolph Studios. And I try to make it ultra easy for everybody. But what the hell was I talking about? Yeah, oh yeah, the ding dong damn. But you can add fantasy to your craft and make it look like it's something from some bygone fantasy era that, you know, maybe popped in through the Feywild or who knows what. It's amazing to invigorate people's imaginations. It's become one of my biggest goals in life is to lead, especially adults, maybe inspire kids, but mainly adults, to begin questioning their surroundings. You know, to doubt what they think they know about the world around them. You know, to see a door or a chandelier or something like that, and then just totally question their own reality. Where am I? When did I stumble my ass through a wardrobe into Narnia? Like, you know, because okay, there's an anecdote that I sometimes fall back on. And I'm sorry I'm missing comments. Darn it, I'm all jazzed. You got me all jazzed up, but there was a moment I got, and if you've heard this story before, I apologize. But it's about the Hobbit door. You know, the rolling one with all the gears and all that stuff. Well, I was invited to a party that the host was hosting. No, the owner was hosting. There we go. So there I was. I was I was sitting back. I had a glass of wine, and I kept hearing the gears turning. Because you can hear them. They're very, you know, they rumble through the mountainside. It's beautiful. So there I was. I kept hearing the gears, and it was like opening and closing and opening and closing. And it was back and forth. And it happened for like 5 minutes. So I was like, okay, either someone's stuck in the thing, which I tried to make sure didn't happen. So my heart was pounding a little bit. So either someone's stuck in the thing, a kid's messing with it, or whatever, right? So I got to go investigate. So I peek around the corner, and then I just see this like couple probably nearing 70, maybe mid 60s. And they were partners, and they were just looking at it and turning it. And it was so cool because I was able to anonymously go up there and say like, oh, you know, what have you found? You know, what is this? And it was so neat to have them explain it to me. You know, I asked them like, oh, so do these turn that? And they're like, yeah, so I think this turns these gears, this wheel turns these gears, and then it goes across the circumference of the wheel, you know, the door. And it was so fun to be able to experience the door through them. And that made well over a year of insanity, losing my mind into the toil of this creation. And see it through their eyes made all of it just really come to life for me. And it was in that moment that I realized like this feeling that I'm feeling right now, I can get used to that. You know, sharing some joy, some inspiration, a little inspiration, you know. Oh, it's the best feeling in the world. And especially to someone who has seen so much life. You know, when you're in your 70s, it's pretty hard to surprise someone in their 70s. You know what I mean? It was just the coolest thing ever. And I never want that to fade. I always want to make you guys question your reality, you know? Oh, it's too much fun. Oh. Oh. You never know where these conversations take us, you know what? I'm sorry, I'm missing comments here. Will there ever be a blueprint or sketch of Beery's shield? Oh, that's an excellent question. I need to sketch that out. You're right. Because it would be a cool thing to sketch out because it's made from, you know, mithril and the wyvern scales and bone. Have you ever considered making your own sword? I made lots of swords, axes and stuff. So in my early years, in my teens, I used to make a lot of weapons because that's what I was into. Gladiator was released and that blew my freaking mind, and 13th Warrior and all these cool, very manly movies, came out. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna forge swords. And I did that for years. But then I realized it's really hard to make a living at, especially, almost, 20 some odd years ago. So I took to ornamental stuff, ornamental ironwork. And I never really looked back. I couldn't afford to look back. My axe idea broke. I don't know how though. Oh, I'll have to share. I'll look at it in the Discord. I'll give you some input. Yeah, sometimes it's just work fatigue. You can work hard in the stuff. Depends if you're coal forging. You're dealing with more carbon than you might be used to with like a propane forge. There's a lot that can go wrong. But I used to make a lot of Damascus chef knives and stuff like that, and I don't know, just never really looked back. Started cracking atop the blade. Sounds like work hardening to me. Maybe working on it a little bit too cold. If it's a good steel, I never work on anything below like an orange heat. Never even touch it when it's red. For those of you who don't know blacksmithing very well, you judge temperatures by color. And you get really good after 20 some odd years of it. Get really good at judging what temperature it needs to be at. I had my first hatchet work hardened. Oh, and it busted. Forged it from a railroad track. Oh, railroad track. Yeah, man, that's hard to make bust. That's a shame. I'm sorry to hear that. Was it like a cross section? That's why I'm confused. I'll check it out in the Discord because I remember seeing some pictures you posted in the Discord. So I'll go check it out. You bet. What if everyone made a piece and sent it to Max and combine everything? Samuel. That would be rad. Yeah, Matt, please do. Oh, how's the old anvil coming along? I haven't touched it yet. I have yet to start that project. I'm really just trying to finish this darn tree. Actually, speaking of which, you guys want to see something? I finally have them sorted. So check it out. Come here. Let me grab you. So look. Look at all these darn leaves. Man, there's over 1,000 of them. 1,200. Isn't that wild? A lot of leaves. But you can't have a tree be desolate and barren. I want it to be like alive. Oh, Sammy, what are we giggling at? I hate receiving gifts. Apex knows. I hate receiving gifts. I love to give them. I'm a giver, not a, I have a hard time receiving gifts. Well, it depends on the gift. If it's food, I can't say no to food. At least they don't need ranked. Oh man, and I have to, I'm stuck between if I want to go ammonia-based finish, to oxidize these guys. Ammonia gets a little bit more blue. Meanwhile, if I did like an acid, like muriatic acid, or like a vinegar, or a salt, like a brine, or mix them all together, you could do a lot of different stuff. That's more of a green, and I'm leaning towards green. I might have to hit up Casey and work something out. Don't you dare go around me behind my back. Marmite. Rake off the ground, like real leaves. Oh, I got you. Yeah. Autumn came early for sure. What kind of food is your favorite? Oh, Timmy, that's a hard one. I love them all. I'm a bit of a foodie. I love to cook. Because at least the way I was raised, food is love. Food is, to welcome someone in, to love on them, to comfort them. So food for me is a deep, deep passion that is multi-tiered. But, God, I think probably my favorite food ever is, especially in this kind of weather, is something with a broth. You know, I love like a pho or a like a udon or a ramen, something I could sip, and noodles. I'm a noodle guy. Um, but also I love a good sushi. I just will tear up sushi. One of my best friends, he's really good at make. We sometimes will do like sushi roll nights where we'll all get together and get a bunch of fish and we'll make our own rolls. But he does some really fancy stuff with like mosaics. They're like a piece of art. Yeah, yeah. The noodle gang, the noodle dream. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like it go like, oh man, like a good shepherd's pie. Oh man, a good shepherd's pie. We're able to kind of caramelize and crisp up the mashed potatoes on top. Oh my God. Actually, one of my favorites is I'll do puff pastry. I'll do a mashed potato base. So it'll be crispy on the bottom, almost like a crust. And then I'll do a really umptious filling. And then I'll do puff pastry on top. And that is just fireworks. Absolute fireworks. Don't mention sushi to my wife. Hey, it's the best. Oh, I love this. I love being able to bond with you all, once a week. It's pretty cool. The, because I have a lot of content coming your way, which I'm really excited for. I'm going to keep trying to, churn out the content for you all. But it's really nice to be able to connect with you all on a personal level, besides just the comments. Because I read all your comments. I respond to every one of your comments. Because y'all mean a lot to me. Believe it or not, I love this bond we're able to share. Because I take a lot of input from you guys. It's great. But being able to have these moments where we're able to have like a little bit of a conversation, it's pretty special to me. So I'm grateful to be here, and I'm grateful and thankful to have you here. Oh man, I missed that rose bush. It's like perfume. It's the best. Make sure I don't have like a bug on me, because usually bugs like to hang out in there. Yeah, we appreciate. Oh, just gonna turn it into a sword. Yeah, see, that's the beauty about steel. Hey, Jackson. That's the beauty about steel, is you could always turn it into something else. It might be smaller, but you could always turn it into something else. Nothing's truly ever lost. And I feel like there's good lesson. There's good wisdom in that. Nothing ever being lost, Hey, Dave, I'm kind of new to the channel, but I don't know much about you. Ooh, but you ever work with copper? Oh, you bet. Mainly steel and copper. It's really fun material. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, so there's 1,200 copper leaves. These are all copper. There's just mountains of them. But yeah, I work with copper like hell. Mountains and mountains of copper. There's probably about 150 pounds of copper just right there. But ooh, just had a thought. So, hear me out. I designed those leaves to not have a whole lot of kerf, meaning there's not a whole lot of waste left over after cutting all those out. But there is waste. You know what I mean? There's a little bit that I balled up into a bin right over there. And there's a lot in there. There's probably every bit of 50, maybe 60 pounds of just scrap. So I think I'm going to do is I'm going to melt it all down and then pour it out. Maybe do like a sculpture with just pouring it, right? God, that would just be so cool. I've been nerding out. I've been thinking about it. And I can't stop thinking about it. Do you ever have images that will just plague you? Almost like it's for those of you that remember CDs or a record player, when you bump the thing and it skips and it's just boom, 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 it's just repeating over and over. I get that, and it'll be images. And I cannot wait to get this solved so I can do that. But I'll definitely record that because I want to like, I don't know. Did you all see, what is it, The Arrival? Do you just go to a metal supply, ask for copper sheets? Yeah, I just ordered copper sheets. It's a hard thing. I used to scrap. I used to scrounge and try to find stuff. But when you're dealing with 8 full sheets of copper, several $1,000s worth of copper, it's a tough thing to like resource and get scrappy with. It's you need to be able to get your hands on what you need. And it's always a big gamble because it's so expensive. You can't make mistakes. Anyways, but The Arrival. Do you remember that movie? Remember their language? See, I worship circles. Circles is that's my thing. Circles is my thing. And do you remember their language? How it was like a splashy circle. Remember that? Imagine doing that with a big pour of copper. You just do a giant circle and then hang up and it'd just be like this splash of circle and then polish it up. It'd be beautiful copper. I'm telling you, it'd be pretty cool. I might need to maybe add some tin and make it gold. That would be really cool. Are there people that ever made it? Hey, Paul, Samuel, are there people here that never made anything themselves and just have it on your bucket list? Ooh. Or is it just you? Yeah, making things. And this is also why I love to do classes. This is also why I love to do field trips for kids. Making things. And it literally could be anything. Could be utilitarian, could just be something cool. Could be a neat pile of rocks. But making things, solving a puzzle, whatever it is, but making things is intrinsic to humanity. There's nothing more human than making something. No matter the medium, no matter anything. Think about it. For millennia, it was about, creating a fire, creating shelter, creating food, creating crops, because we have this big, beautiful brain, this wonderful mind, and we would constantly put it to use solving puzzles, solving problems. How do I drink fresh water? Oh, I gotta start a fire. Then I gotta somehow make a vessel to boil it in. You know what I mean? We have been solving problems since before history was written. So just because we don't need to do that nowadays doesn't mean we need to stop doing it. Make. And it doesn't need to be a Mona Lisa. Try not to pressure yourself. Just make. It could be anything. Like, get out, if you're, next time you're on some like loose dirt or sand, draw something with your finger and then kick the dust around and erase it. So you're never stuck with the permanence. See, this is one of my missions in life, is to try and get people to realize their personal creativity. It might not look like mine. Honestly, I hope it doesn't. Because then you might compare yourself to me, or maybe it's really good. I might compare myself to you. Who knows? I want to compel you all to just let yourself create without any judgment on yourself. All right? It's so important. That's one of the biggest reasons that drew me to Damien and the Artist's Way that we did together. It's so important to create. It could just be for you. You're the only person that sees it. But it could be one of those, like a silly experiment that we did. Just get out there and do something. I've seen people do like works of art on Windows Excel. It doesn't matter your medium. Just get out there and do something. But also, I think it's also important to realize that you're doing it. Have that kind of intention. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. And now I feel like I'm getting preachy, and I don't like it. Does that fit perfect in there? It does. Anyways, but you know what I mean? Like, I have that little bit of intention. Like, you know what? I'm going to spend the next 10 minutes creating an experiment or creating a silly little thing in the dirt, and I'm going to erase it. You know? So I'm not stuck with the permanence and the pressure of whatever I'm doing. Oh yeah, Paul, we were talking gyroscopes. We had it cranked up to 11 not very long ago. Actually, you know what? I want to do it again. Let's see here. Yeah, so I had my Dremel here, and we had this thing on this gyroscope, and we're like, how fast can we get it going? But it's a cheapo, so it doesn't have any nice like bearings or anything like that. It's just on like a little bolt, but it still serves the right purpose. Let's do it again. I think it's cooking now. How fun. I find it just so utterly fascinating. You know what I mean? I find it just so wild that I was able to, pretty much treat mass like a battery. Like, this thing's hard to move, and it's just so charged up. And if I all of a sudden wanted to make a punch tool or a big hammer or like a brake, I can have it to where it braked onto this thing, and all that energy would just go wham and transfer like that. That was so much energy that was stored in this thing. Oh, we're gonna have some fun with this method. That I can promise you. But I need a lathe, so it's perfect, so it doesn't fly apart and you see a picture of me on the news somewhere for all the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I want to compel you all to create. Leave me unsupervised with power tools. What's the worst that could happen? Oh, yes. Go out and create something. You don't have to even show anybody. You know what? I hope you don't. I've always wanted him to wear one of those life alert necklaces. Yeah. But that's the thing, is I might like bump it while I'm in the shop. But yeah, there's definitely some sketchy moments, especially while I'm on this tree. So right now the tree has a canopy, and all of the branches are all like, I don't want to give you any spoilers, but it's pretty much just like I'm surrounded by a bunch of swords, pretty much. And if I was to like the ladder were able to get kicked out from under me, I'd probably get skewered by a bunch of them. So it is definitely, it's super sketchy. But like I said, if you're not in a little bit of danger, you're not having fun. Maybe build a bigger gyroscope. Oh yeah, 100%. So like this, right? I've actually had this thing spinning up to crazy speeds, and man, it is terrifying. But there's just so much power in it. Like, imagine getting something, 500 pounds, 1,000 pounds, cooking at 30,000 RPMs. I want to see it. And I'm assuming you guys want to too. It'll be a lot of fun. But I need a lathe. And when I get those family tools, there's like 100-year-old lathe there. So I'm excited. I'm excited to get the thing in the shop so I can start working with some stuff. Getting dangerous. Oh, but I'm gonna let you get back to your creative day. But yeah, like I said, create something today. Could just be for yourself. Don't let anybody see it. Give yourself a little sketch. Don't compare it to any other sketch you've ever seen. This is yours. Sketch or something, work with some Legos. Go on Minecraft. I know I'm gonna. I got an Ender Dragon to defeat here in a second. Do you use a program sketch? No. It's all by hand. Everything's always by hand. What about building a gyroscope under the floor and making some contraption that connected the gyroscope in the floor? I love that idea. Just imagine getting a gyroscope spinning or not a gyroscope, but pretty much a flywheel, haul on ass, and then put a clutch on it, and then you like twisting bar. You know what I mean? Get like 3-inch bar, hotter and blazes, and then you could just get the thing cooking, and then you just engage the clutch a little bit, just a little, and then you could slowly feather it to spin it or to twist it, because you're not going to stop that flywheel. You know, the machine would fly apart before you stopped the flywheel, which is also very terrifying, because then the flywheel is probably going to go run off somewhere. But for the new shop, I'll make sure the walls are extra thick so that at the worst case scenario, the flywheel will just go ping-ponging around in there, you know what I mean, and not go through the wall. Sorry, I don't mean to make you guys worry about me. But Timmy, thank you for your generosity, buddy. Yeah, an incredibly powerful power hammer, 100%. Oh, that's definitely happening. Right? You get it. Stuck in a wall is better. Oh, too much fun. Guys, it was a wonderful conversation. Thanks for joining me and hanging out with me. I love these. I love being able to connect with you all. This is the best. But I'm going to go defeat an Ender Dragon with my friends in Minecraft. Here in a bit. All right, everybody. I love you all. Don't forget to love each other, okay? Do something kind and be creative, darn it. Take care. Bye-bye.